Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, as we're back here for another NCAA Football 14 Highland Scotties Team Builder Dynasty, and this is the Highland Scotties Sports Talk here. So we're going to take a quick look here. I mentioned it before the last episode there, that we have some recruits here before we get into this San Diego State game coming up here, which you'll see here in a couple days from now. Probably on I don't know which day this video is coming out here, because I'm actually kind of ahead of the curve here for a lot of some of these videos, especially this series. But we'll take a look here. We got some battles that we're going to be involved here. Ian Marks there, he's one of the guys there. Clemson is looking at him, but we're at number 2 on his board there. He has a week 13 visit for us. We put the max on him there. We're going to try to see if we can work with him there. So that will be his 4th visit there, and it's coming up very, very soon there. Now, the top team that's looking at him, of course, is UConn. They lost big time, 59-7, so that might kind of scare him away there as they lost that game. That's for Alex Gatewood there, a corner, 78 overall there. He's a gem there. We really want him there, so we're trying to really we at least talking to Coach Teddy Bonds there. He said he could try to talk to this young man. He's like, hey, you have a great chance here to play, year one, your freshman year, because he's giving all freshmen, any freshman for the secondary there, a battle. He's gonna have to work their butts off to get that spot, and he really likes what he has seen from Alex from his high school, his last couple of games here. Coach Teddy Bonds went to kind of one of his scouts there went to go see the game, and he was just gushing about this young man here, and we'll try to see if we can get him. Now, Mark Stover, there you see a 26 overall athlete there in the nation, a 4-star athlete, or 4-star prospect there from Franklin Park, Illinois, I believe outside of Chicago there. He's another gem there. To me, I think he would be great in the secondary. I think he'd be a great corner there. He has 91 speed, and again, he was talking to him. He says, hey, you have a chance here at Highland to play your first year, because the secondary is going to be, the defense is going to be really different next year. We won't have a solid defense because we're going to have a lot of young guys in there, but Coach Teddy Bonds believes that these young men can take the challenge here and run with it. We'll see if that'll be the case next year. And of course, Andres Aguilar, we've been working on him for weeks now here. He's a number 4 defensive tackle there, a pass rusher, and he's from Iowa. We really, Coach Teddy Bonds, this is one of the things for the especially defensive line. He really wants this kid. He is chomping at the bit here, and he really thinks that with a successful game next week, especially for the defense there, he really believes that he can convince this young man to come from Iowa to Kansas and be a part of that defensive line there that will be pretty much rebuilt with like I said, quite a few freshmen will get a chance there to start on the defensive line there, and of course, like I said, in the secondary there. So he's really wanting. Coach Teddy Bonds says if this young man is playing as well, he has been here, especially like last week in his homecoming game. He really says that this young man has a great. He's automatically just going to put him on the top of the depth chart there on the offensive line there when it comes to D tackles. Take a look at Joey Wallace there. We're looking at him and Justin Cross. Both are excellent kickers there. We're going to try to see which one is going to be the better fit for us. Even though Cross is number 2 in the kickers with power, Wallace is just as good. Maybe not just a little bit better. Just with these two here, I think this would be great, because either one, I think either one of them, at least talking to from looking at game film myself and whatnot, either one of them could be the kicker, and either one could be the punter. Real simple as that, and that's what we're kind of looking for. Coach Teddy Bonds said year 4 is going to be battles. He knows he's going to be losing a lot of people on offense and defense, and he just really wants to see these young men come out here, and that's what he's been telling them. Hey, there's a good chance, an excellent chance that you could come in here and take a spot there. Another gym there, Charles Massey there. Tennessee is the top school there for him, as we have a visit in week 13. He's an athlete there. Don't really know too much about his numbers there, but he looks like he could be possibly a wide receiver there for us. Or and a lot of chances, Coach Eddie Bond says he would be surprised if he's not a good defensive back there for Highland. So we'll see how that goes. Kevin Moody, another guy there from Minnesota that we're looking at, 81 overall, speed's 88, and again a good chance to play in the wide receiver or maybe even a tight end. He has a pretty good big build for a tight end there, 6'2", 206 there, and Coach Sabonis really thinks that he might be the next Hunter Cannon in some aspects. And so just going down the list there, like I said, we got a lot of guys there. We're in the top 5 there. I think if with just a good win next week against San Diego State, we could push some of these guys over, and we could really turn over a lot of guys just like we did the previous week there for us. So it'd be really nice to see that happen once again, because at first, to be quite honest, the last couple of weeks before, the first not with the exception of last week, part of the last 3 weeks here, wasn't for sure if we're going to get some of these names. Of course, there was a couple others that we just missed out on here, and you'll see here in just a bit. That I was really hoping that we can go after. Really feel like we had some momentum with some of them. But I think after, depending on what happens after this game here, and then the following game, which is, I believe, at home against Ole Miss, if we get a big win against them, and by the looks of it, how they've been playing here, they're now, I believe, 6-0 for the season, possibly be 7-0, and they could make a jump inside the top 10. If we can be a top 10, another fellow top 10 team there, that's going to really convince some of these guys that have been kind of like, I don't know. And they're, especially if we're hovering around the number 3 school, we can make a big jump to possibly leapfrogging up to number 1 with a very good convincing win. So we'll see how things go. But we'll take a look at Ramirez, another tight end that we've been looking at there. We could convert him to a fullback. He has pretty good blocking there for us. A little trouble in the run blocking there, but we could definitely run blocking, pretty much pretty even down the board there for pass block and run blocking there. But I think he would be a decent fullback for us if we do happen to get him. And of course, we're looking at Trevor Flanagan, not related to Alex Flanagan. But we're looking at him too. A 56 overall there, not a best talent there, but for the most part there, we're just trying to see if we can get any kind of depth in a certain position. Of course, we do have a tight end right now playing fullback for us this year. We moved him over earlier this year, and he can easily move back. We can transition him back to being tight end again. Mario King, you see there, number 1 school for us. He's out. He lives from St. Louis, Missouri. He's going to be visiting us, I believe, in week 9. And there you see there's some of the things he's asking for. Colorado there right behind there with down to about 2,000 points or more. And we got a good chance to get Mario King. We'll try to see if we can convince him after this week against San Diego State. Been here in San Diego for the last couple of days now. The team, I flew out here about a day or 2 early, or 2 days early before the team, kind of getting the sights and sounds of San Diego. Love it here, beautiful weather, especially this time of year, and we're hoping to just play some good football. We'll talk about San Diego State here in just a bit, but some other players that we just recently picked up, you've seen there towards the end of that last episode there. We picked up a great athlete there, Reggie Owen, who is just going to be just a beast there for us. I don't know exactly where he's going to be playing at, but he could be an offensive player. Jason Miller, another player there, 80 overall, defensive tackle. Cottrell is a tackle there, 75 overall. Braylon Love, which you'll see here, a fullback there that I was really, really hoping that we could get. Actually got a chance to talk to the young man there about, he was really impressed with the school and what they've done in the last 2 seasons, but apparently was not convincing enough as he decided to go with, you see there, Boise State. Jason Mack there also, he decided not to join us as he's going to Oregon State next year. And he's going to be a part of that squad there. But then some others there that was not kind of surprised here, and just basically for depth purposes, you see here after that Texas State game, Mark Robinson, of course, signed with us. Joe Barnes, tight end or wide receiver. Good chance he may not start. If he does start, be somewhere. He might be a third string guy there, just depending on what training wise there. And then, of course, Phil Fielder, a guy that we just, I don't know why we kept him on the board that long, but Coach Teddy Bonds really feel like there was something special about him, but Texas Tech instead goes after him. And then John Jackson, tight end there. Again, another guy that we could possibly easily convert to a fullback position there. Coach Teddy Bonds is kind of working on, he wants to work on a scheme here with kind of a little bit of a kind of an Air Force type of thing for next season. He's been kind of hinting about that and kind of been mentioning it to me. I don't know if I should be talking about that right now, but he's been kind of working on that kind of scheme for next season. He kind of wants to do a different approach. We'll see if that'll be the case there. I don't know if I took the cat out of the bag early there or whatnot, but sorry, Coach Bonds, but you know, you didn't really say it was off the record or anything. If it was, if I was meant to catch that, you know, that was the case, I apologize, and I'll take that back. But he's been talking about that, at least some here, and you know, with talking, I don't know if he meant to tell me that or anything like that, but I don't know, I might be in trouble. I need to quit talking about it anyway. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get into this. We'll see, like I said, we've got those other guys that we just could not sign there. Which is perfectly fine. That's okay. We'll just see how they do, see whatnot. I really want to see how that Love guy is going to work out there, because I know Coach Teddy Bonds was just kind of just looking at looking at some of the blocking he did in a couple of last 2 or 3 weeks here with some footage from him, and Bonds. I mean, Coach Bonds was loving it. He was loving that kid and the blocking he was doing. Not by far not the one. I think he was number 2 in the nation. But yeah, he was just, you know, really hoping that kid was going to sign, because it seemed like he was going to sign, and I don't know, with Boise State, I don't know what the deal was. Take a look at the top 25 there. You see Oklahoma there at number 12 this week, dropped down 3 spots from number 9. Ole Miss, there you see, they started climbing up there. They were at number 23 last week. Now this week at number 13. They get another win, they'll easily be in the top 10. And we got a game with them in 2 weeks. And then, of course, you see the dropouts there. Penn State was number 11. They have dropped way off there. But they do get the most first-place votes there with 288. So we'll see if they'll be able to bounce back next week, hopefully with a win there from them. Take a look at the Heisman watch, and of course there you see Kason kind of been kind of middle of the ground. He's been, you know, having at least about 2 touchdowns a game, about 100 yards or a little bit more, between 100 and 130 yards a game. But we got to bump those numbers up here. We got to get him more involved in the running game. Of course, we're trying to get Flanagan in the mix there, trying to get him going. He was up there for a while there, but then he's kind of slide down. He's kind of getting more trending more now. This after last week's big game there. He's in 4th place, and then of course Stidham from Alabama, the quarterback there, redshirt quarterback there, 6'3", 216 pounds, is at number 5 on a lot of the boards there for the Heisman. Now, take a look at San Diego State there. They lost the first 2 games there against Cal and Rutgers. Came back in their 3rd game there, 44-26. They lost to Air Force there, 35-14. And then last week against University of New Mexico, and they got that one 34-7 in that one. Rowan, there you see his numbers there from last week, 12-24 there. Pretty good quarterback now. Bordeaux, he was the guy that was supposed to be the QB, the junior red shirt there. Unfortunately, having to play he played 2 good seasons there. There you see his numbers for the most part there, but he got injured here about a couple weeks ago, and so Rowan's now been taking charge of the play call under center, and we'll see how things work out for him this week. I believe this is his 2nd or 3rd start. I'm not for sure how many starts he's made so far here, but if you take a look at his numbers here, I would say this is probably like his 3rd start. But there you see 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions there for him, completing 43% of his passes, and just he's a redshirt sophomore. So did not play last year, but he is looking to be the future for this squad. And of course, Coach Alan Lawrence is the head coach, our former offensive coordinator, and he is just a guy that I can see him really working with this kid here down the road here, and could be a problem in the next couple of years. Could be causing issues there with a lot of Mountain West teams. Juwan Washington, there you see his numbers there. Great speed, excellent acceleration there. Definitely a guy we have to watch out from the backfield there. Didn't have any touchdowns last week, but did get somewhere around 70, 75 yards last week. Had a pretty decent game there, but not really a big threat. But of course, playing us, it could be an issue for us. And then Macklin, there you see a junior for a red shirt there, 6'5", 203 pounds. He is definitely one of the wide receivers besides Washington we have to watch out for there in the wide receiver department there. And like I said, we'll try our best to make sure we can corral him. There you see pretty good acceleration, good speed, but for the most part here, just a really a really decent wide receiver out there for a Mountain West team. And then you see Chedham. There you see the right end who will be facing there. He's a good run stopper there, and I will definitely say it will be somebody that will have a tough time trying to get around there, especially if we run on the outsides. We'll try our best to avoid him. Might have to run to the left side there, but just for the sake of just the offensive for our head coach there, he might, of course he's been around Coach Teddy Bonds for quite a long while now. He'll probably end up he'll move that young man there to the left hand side and then put a stop to us. We're trying to run on the outside there, so we'll try our best there. If it doesn't work out, then we'll have to stick with him running up the middle there. They kind of have a weak defensive tackles there. We can try. Ron Smith, oh wow, this kid, he got some pretty good numbers here. One interception so far for his career in the collegiate level, but he is definitely a guy that can really make your wide receivers have a really bad day. You seen this? Did not see the acceleration and speed on him? Yeah, they're up in the 90s there. So he is definitely a corner that has. Yeah, look at the agility, the man coverage zone. He is definitely going to. If the ball's thrown his way, he's going to go. He's going to have a good chance of having his hand or finger on it if when the time is right. So I don't know. We'll try to match him. I believe he'll probably be matched up with Blair, but for the most part here, we'll try to get Blair involved here. I don't know how much Coach Bonds want to get Blair involved, but if anything, I'm pretty sure he'll be matched up because Blair, I believe, has the best speed. He's I think he's our slot receiver there. So yeah, he definitely will be really matched up to the receiver that has the best power or best speed there on our team, and that would definitely be Blair. So that's it for here. I'm going to sit back, relax, maybe go back to the beach here and maybe do a little fishing here and go to the aquarium or to the zoo here in San Diego, check it out, and then maybe do some more research here on this team. Like I said, Coach Lawrence has a really good team here. We'll just see what they can do. Unfortunately, they're 2-3, and a good win here against us will really give them confidence and really get them fired up here for the season. So we'll try to see if we can avoid that coming up here in the next episode of the Highland Scotties Team Builder Dynasty. That's it for this episode of Highland Scotties Sports Talk. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Be a part of the ESGN Nation by hitting that sub button. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you guys will be notified when this series or any other series on the channel will be uploaded. And remember, all videos will be a part of YouTube premieres all summer long here, especially this series here that I'm really enjoying playing. We'll definitely see more Highland Scotties football here every, at least try to be here every Tuesday and Thursday here on ESGNet. That's it for me, you guys. As always, follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. Links are down below in the description. And I will see you guys next time.